We're live from Memphis, Tennessee, 2 weeks away from the Virtual Memphis Beer Fest. I'm your host and your hero, Kevin Cerrito, joined alongside my co-host for Virtual Memphis Beer Fest 2. He is the Memphis beer guy.
That's what they call me.
From Cash Saver, Madison Bottle Shop, and High Point Grocery. Taylor James, how are you this evening, Taylor?
I'm doing well. Got a good workout in. That's why we're late. I apologize. This one's on me. When you're in the beer business, you gotta stay in shape. So, it's necessary. It's a necessary thing. So, we're good now, though. Ready to roll.
Yeah, what a Friday night stream we have in store for you tonight. Thanks for joining us. Tonight we will be revealing the lineup, folks. This is the beer reveal. We'll be announcing it's the Virtual Memphis Beer Fest 2, which is 2 weeks from tonight. Tickets are on sale.
Whoa! You didn't say the whole name.
Virtual Memphis Beer Fest 2.
Electric Boogaloo.
Coming your way. 2 weeks from tonight is the VIP happy hour, where we will have a virtual magic show. Ooh.
I can't wait. I'm so excited for that.
And but we're also having beers. Where there's 8 beers in the festival on.
We're
Saturday.
drinking at the beer fest. Oh,
okay. Yeah. There's 8 beers on the actual festival. If you're VIP, you get 11 beers. We're going to break down what is on that lineup, because this is a virtual beer festival. You pick up your beers at a Cash Saver or High Point Grocery. You enjoy it safely from your own bubble. And watch along and interact along with us. That's part of the fun. Like, we have a virtual magic show. We're going to have Fraser Boy lead the opening toast of the festival. Live music from Amy Levere and John Paul Keith. We'll have our live the great Poncho debate will finally happen as we're debating Poncho's cheese dip.
It's going to be a quick conversation.
You'll be able to interact with the brewers live on the stream and more. We're still announcing more and more of the entertainment options over on social media. But tonight we are announcing the beers. I don't want to waste that much more time talking about it. But if you don't have your tickets, I got to remind folks, virtualmemphisbeerfest.com. That's where you go. Can we open the beer that we're going to drink tonight while we do this? Because this is
let's get this Friday beer cracked. Yeah, so this is the beer we were going to do last week. Obviously, some things were happening last week here in our wonderful city, Memphis, and I was pretty tired from selling a lot of groceries. So we are drinking Guinness Draft tonight, and I am going to let Kevin know why, and you at home, why Guinness is a light beer and the perfect beer to have right after your workout. You see all those commercials,
really?
Michelob Ultra? This one. So I'm going to...
Not at the festival, but it's what we're enjoying tonight.
No, you don't have to pour it in a glass because there is a widget inside. I'm going to pour it in a glass. So here we go. And I love the sound. Oh, we'll get that ASMR thing.
Ooh, listen to it go here. So anytime Taylor and I, anytime you see us streaming here on the internet, we are drinking a beverage that you can buy at Cash Saver there on Madison Avenue or at High Point Grocery. Guinness is one of those. We've been flagship February revisiting some of our all-time favorite beers. We're drinking Guinness tonight as we reveal the Virtual Memphis Beer Fest lineup. What?
Look at that.
You poured it. That is what a Guinness.
Look at that cascade right there. There's just no one does it better than Guinness. Honestly. Also, fun fact, Kevin, a lot of people would say, "Oh, it's a real black beer, real dark beer, brand what." It's actually red. If you really you got some nice new lights. If you hold it up to the light, it's actually perfectly clear and it's got a nice reddish hue. So fun fact there. But before we get to lineup, Kevin, I'm gonna give you the rundown here.
Are you trying to tell me? I want you to tease this later. Tell me why this is. I want it to at the end of the show.
Well, I'm gonna hit you with one thing real quick.
All right.
Okay. All right. A Coca-Cola, a 12-ounce can of Coca-Cola, more calories, more carbs than this glass of Guinness.
Really? I haven't had a Coca-Cola in quite some time. I haven't had Guinness in quite some time.
God, that is just like, I don't even want to drink that. I just want to look at that. That's just beautiful. So
it is beautiful.
As we're looking,
you got it poured. Let's see. I want to see the.
Get that right there. Get that right there. Like, get that in focus. Boom, right there. Look at that.
That's
also,
nice.
Sweet Glass from 5 and 1 Social Club. Thank you much. Yeah, I know. I think honestly, I think it is pretty appropriate drinking Guinness, a beer that has been around for as long as I think everyone can remember. As we're looking forward to kind of the future and some really exciting new beers that people have not had before, enjoying one people have had before. So fun there. So cheers, Kevin. Cheers to you.
I'm drinking my Guinness tonight in my Virtual Memphis Beer Fest koozie. You see it right here, Virtual Memphis Beer Fest, the original koozie with our great Jack Pirtles logo on there. So shout out to Pirtles from last year's festival. You missed the Virtual Memphis Beer Fest 1. Went down in October. This is the sequel, and we're 2 weeks away, and we're announcing the beers right now. So stay tuned. When we're done announcing the beers, Taylor's going to tell us why Guinness is. You're saying it is a light beer?
I'm telling you, it's a light beer. And it's a beer that's good for you.
I trust. It's a beer that's good for you. I better for you than other things you can drink.
Definitely
better than the Memphis water from a week ago.
Hey, it's good, but we're good now.
Yeah,
I'm still on the LaCroix though, Kevin. I'm stuck to it now. All right.
We're live streaming. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter, Twitch, you name it. We're streaming on it tonight as we give you the beers for Virtual Memphis Beer Fest. Are we starting with VIP night, or are we starting with festival?
No.
We're going to lead to the VIP.
Let's start with festival proper. Festival proper, I think, is the way we go, and I think we go ahead and get the one everyone knows out of the way, right? Let's just go ahead and get that one out of the way. You know about it, although maybe you haven't seen the logo yet. There the label for it yet?
The label. Yeah, if you haven't seen that, I'll get that pulled up right now.
So the one
about it's 901 somewhere.
That would be it's 901 somewhere. You guys have heard about it. You've heard us talk all about it. If you haven't seen the label, boom, here you go from our friend Weston, who has done all of our logos for the Beer Fest. Also did this one. So it's 901 somewhere. A Beale Street and Bosco's collab, American IPA. Super excited for this one. This is the beer that you helped to name. So this one is going to be at the fest. We'll also have a little bit at Cash Saver Madison and at High Point Grocery, but make sure really the fest is the best place to try it.
It will be debuting at Virtual Memphis Beer Fest 2. It was named at the first Virtual Memphis Beer Fest, as you alluded to. All the festival goers back in October helped name Memphis' next beer. This is it. It's big, brewed and canned by Bosco's in collaboration with Beale Street Brewing Company. So we've got some smart beer people behind us, some professional, good brewers putting it all together after we helped name it. And now we're all going to drink it together with the opening toast. Fraser Boy will be leading the opening toast with It's 901 somewhere. That is what the logo looks like. And if you're thinking about buying a T-shirt for the Virtual Memphis Beer Fest as well as a souvenir, well, I'll tell you the T-shirt might look a little similar to this as well. We'll be posting pictures of that on social media very soon. So that's what we know. Going in, we've known this for quite some time. Once the tickets went on sale, we told y'all that It's 901 someone would be debuting at the festival. It makes sense, but there are other beers on the lineup. Where do we go from here?
Oh, I think probably run through our other local beers that we have. Obviously, 2 local breweries there. I think let's talk about.
We can look at this. Here's what Taylor's trying to decide between.
Perfect.
Look at this. So we've got Memphis Made, Crosstown, Meddlesome, Wiseacre, Deschutes, Trim Tab, Highwire, Hampline, Naked River, Bosco's, and Beale Street all participating.
I think we knocked out that bottom corner. So let's start at the other corner. Let's start with Memphis Made.
Memphis Made. All right.
And you'll actually here's what I'm going to tell you about that beer, Kevin. Nothing. Not going to tell you anything about it. Why? So I think, Kevin, this was your idea, right? I want to make sure. I want to make sure I give you credit. We talked a lot, so I'm like, was this whose idea was this? So Kevin had this great idea. He thought, what if we had a beer that no one knew what it was, and they had to figure out what it was? I'm like, that's perfect. Like, what a great idea. And I knew there was one brewery that would do it and have fun with it. and that's our friends over at Memphis Made. So you will be getting a mystery beer from Memphis Made. We're going to have Drew on, and I think we're going to have another special guest on with us, and we are going to have to play detective and figure out what the beer is. And Kevin, as our wrestling fans out there know, Jim Ross never liked to know a finish. He wanted to give that just raw, just visceral reaction. You don't know what it is. I know what it is.
Well, because one of us had to know what the beer was to make sure that
don't know what it is.
We make sure it fit with the lineup. So
sure.
I'm the one who will be surprised and probably just completely confused and
I can't wait for it, Kevin.
On my guesses.
I cannot. Honestly,
so you know what it is now, and you're saying it's gonna be good.
Oh yeah, I'm so excited. I think folks are going to be excited to get this in their hands. They're not going to know what they have, obviously, until we crack it open. But when they realize what they have, folks are going to get excited.
So if you're keeping score at home right now, this is our big special announcing the beers for Virtual Memphis Beer Fest 2. We've announced a beer that has already been announced, and we're also announced a beer that we're not telling you what it is. So far, as of this moment, we have yet to really announce anything. But it's not one somewhere, and a mystery is from Bill Street and Bosco's, and then a mystery beer coming up from Memphis Made. Are we going to move on over to Crosstown, or are we going to?
Yeah, we're going to move on to Crosstown. We'll work our way kind of through. So,
right. Crosstown Brewing.
Next up from Crosstown. So Crosstown, big winners.
Defending
Virtual
champs.
Memphis Beer Fest 1, defending champs. So they are bringing you a beer that they are hitting. There is a haze craze happening right now, Kevin. There's no denying it. We are Memphis is in it, and we are starting to see more and more. So we're getting a brand new beer from Crosstown debuting at the festival. It's going to be Animal Frequency, which is their hazy IPA, new hazy IPA coming from our friends over at Crosstown.
So Crosstown will, and I can't wait to try this because, Hatch Me Outside was the winner from Virtual Memphis Beer Fest, the inaugural edition, and the buzz still happens to this day. We'll be streaming, and people are like, well, and they'll ask you, like,
oh yeah,
Hatch Me Outside.
So I still get asked about it. Yep.
So Crosstown's got a lot to live up to, and so this must be a really good beer if this is what they're bringing, because they brought us Hatch Me outside at the original festival. So we're having a haze PA, a brand new beer.
The guys at Crosstown know how to make IPAs. If you saw, they've made it to the finals of the best beer bracket at the Flyer for Traffic. So they know how to make an IPA. They always are. They have trendy beers. They're always ahead of it. Really thinking outside the box. So we'll see what this hazy IPA brings to the table.
That's a very good point. So yeah, they're in the championship of the Memphis Flyer bracket. The beer bracket this year. They're going head to head with Meddlesome, which is next here on the screen as we move across the top. Do we want to talk about what Meddlesome's bringing to the table here?
Yeah, so Meddlesome, this is their first Virtual Memphis Beer Fest that they are participating in, and they are bringing to the table a brand new one from them. It is She Devil, the Belgian Golden, which is small quantities, I believe, going out next week, but I think I am buying the majority of it for the fest. So that's exciting. Meddlesome, they came out. Here's what's so funny. I was talking with Skylar, who's their rep, the other day at High Point, and it blows my mind. 201 Hoppler has only been out in cans for a year.
Wow. Yeah.
We built that display on March 11th.
Oh, very close to the pandemic.
Right before it. And I totally forgot about it because 201 Hoppler has been out for a couple of years because it was on draft, but it's only been in cans for years. So really quick. So this is their, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think this is their 6th offering in cans to come out already within a year, which is really awesome. So we're going to be showcasing this one. We were talking about it. I have a sample can. I have not tried it yet. I think I may just hold off and wait for the fest. I may just give that one to somebody and say, here, try that, because I want to wait. I want to wait to try it.
It's part of the fun of the festival. I mean, is getting to sample these live with everybody else in the city. We're all kind of missing these communal experiences, and Virtual Memphis Beer Fest live in the chat. You can give your instant reaction. You can see our instant reaction. You can ask the people who made it your questions right there on the spot. But Meddlesome, happy to have them involved with the festival.
Oh yeah, man.
As you mentioned, they're out in Cordova. The only local brewery that has yet to be a part of a Virtual Memphis Beer Fest, and that is not going to be the case. There's not going to be one anymore on that list. That list doesn't exist. But I'm excited about this beer. The description, reading it, oozing with bubble gum, cloves and bananas.
Very, very traditional Belgian. I mean, any traditional Belgian beer you're going to try, those are the three big characteristics. So
I can't wait. I can't wait to see what they do with that. Now that you mention it, I don't think I've had 201 Hopler in a can. Now that I think about it, because it was always a draft I would pick up like a Rec Room or somewhere.
Yeah,
because I couldn't get it in a can, and boom, the pandemic hit. And
hey, you know who sells it?
Do they have it at Cash Saver in Madison?
I think they do. I think it's actually there. And actually, I think they may have it at High Point too.
Oh, High Point. I heard their beer selection is so much better now under the new ownership.
Here it's okay.
Scott chiming in with a name on Scott watching along on Facebook. Scott, one of our patrons as well. Haze Me Outside. That would be. I wonder if we're going to get that someday. I don't think this for the Crosstown beer. You had Hatch Me Outside.
I know. Well, today's.
Could you do
maybe haze me outside? Should not.
Let's
keep the haze craze going. Keep that haze craze going.
What's that?
Do you want to go Wiseacre? Do you want to go Wiseacre?
I don't know. We can move around because we're going to stop before we get to the end here.
You know what? Let's
local.
Let's pop down. Let's pop down to Hampline.
We're going to pop down to Hampline. Yeah, we're talking about the fact that the local breweries
first times.
Right, we're going to have them all here, checking them off the list. Hampline is Memphis's newest brewery.
Yeah, so Hampline just opened up their tap room. That was like 2 or 3 weeks ago, I believe. And we're going to be going very traditional with them. We're going with Memphis Natch. This is their traditional Bohemian lager. So as we were looking at the lineup and looking what beers we had, I really wanted a good, refreshing, good drinking beer. And I think this fits perfect. I really think that
you don't know for sure, but
I have not had it. This is me. Wes Ogier, who is their head brewer, has worked for Abita, Urban South, and Terrapin. The guy knows what he's doing, so I have all the faith in the world in him. And honestly, I think a lager or Pilsner lager, anything like that. There's nowhere to hide anything, right? So I really think that is a great way to judge a brewery. And so Saz and Huell Melon, very traditional hops for a Pilsner lager. So looking forward to this. Just good drinking beer, man.
From Hampline. Also, just to try a new, and this one will be one of those 16-ounce cans. So we're talking about you get 8 cans or bottles with the regular festival pass, 11 with VIP, and this is I believe it's our first one that we've talked about so far that you're getting more than your traditional 12-ounce, something more closer to this Guinness that we're drinking tonight.
Yeah, and a perfect beer to I think have for 16 ounces, just as easy drinking as it's going to be. So. I have not tried any Hampline beer yet. Haven't got over there. Again, kind of want to hold on and wait.
If you want to, if you want to get Hampline beer right now, you have to go to their taproom. That's the only place. They're not in stores at the moment, and they're going to be at Virtual Memphis Beer Fest. So this is really going to be the second location that you could get it is at your house at the Virtual Memphis Beer Fest.
Yeah, and they were really excited to be a part of it, and I am excited to have them. So looking forward to trying some Hampline beer.
And talking to those guys, a new brewery, it's awesome to have them opening in the pandemic. They opened at the very end of January or early February. Mm-hmm. So Hampline, we see them at the bottom here. So my count is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the 8 beers have been announced. We have 3 more beers to go. 3 more beers to go for actual festival Saturday. Highwire, Naked River, and Wiseacre, all 3 also on Saturday.
Yeah, and let's go to Wiseacre. So our last local brewery that we're going to be trying on Saturday, and a brand new beer from them, part of a series. So if you've had any of their Boy Shorts beers, this is the newest one of that family. So it's Boy Shorts 33 and a third, the final insult. Now this one, I can honestly say I have never had this style of beer.
Really? You've never had it? Because we've been talking about it. Like, I'm so excited about
I've had a hazy IPA. I've had Imperial IPAs. I've had rye IPAs. I can honestly say I've never had a hazy rye Imperial IPA. So a very unique offering from them. It just hit the tap room, in tap room only right now, and then going to be at the fest. I think they're going to have some special announcements at the fest as well. Also, I think that obviously the beer is important. It's a beer fest, right? And I think this is going to be exciting. But Kevin, it's the return of Clyde.
Clyde is officially,
Clyde is going to make his return. Obviously, he those of you who participated in the first one, I don't know what happened. Honestly, I was, we may never know. At that point, I had all the beers plus Super Mega Fun, and Clyde was supposed to be here. He vanished. Katrina Coleman. I don't know how that happened.
She Zoom bombed us.
She Zoom bombed us. Yeah, Boy Shorts 33 and a third, hazy rye Imperial. So again, another unique offering from Wiseacre, and
these are hard to find new beers in Memphis, or beers you cannot find. Hard to find, or beers you cannot find. Boy Shorts literally is coming out this weekend at their tap room only, and then you'll get it at the beer fest. So, and I'm just watching this video has got me excited about this beer, because
I'm drinking a beer and I'm like thirsty as I'm watching this, and just like
just keeping it on loop here, because it does not look. It's an IPA, right? But it's a rye hazy. It just does not. You showed me just the glass. I would have taken me a while to say it as an IPA. So I'm looking. Yeah. I'm looking forward to trying whatever that is going to taste like from Wiseacre.
Also, I'm sure everybody, like, I bet you there's a bunch of comments of you like, that's not how you pour a beer. It's like, yeah, it's for Instagram, guys. Jesus.
It is how you pour one on Instagram. I do think pour one out there on
exactly.
Instagram. So Wiseacre, Boy Shorts 33 and a third is not our only pop culture themed beverage on this line.
It is not. It is not. It is not indeed. And that's why. So, and kind of what I also want to talk about, just as we thought through this lineup and kind of our thought process here. So I wanted a Tennessee beer that wasn't from Memphis. I wanted to venture outside, and looking at what we had available. It was actually not one that has been here very long. And that's our friends over at Naked River in Chattanooga.
Our new friends.
Our new friends. We just became friends. So if the only beer you've seen from them here in the market is their Moon Pie Stout, and
yes.
That's going to be the only beer you've seen from them. So this is going to be a new one in the market. You can get it. You're going to be able to get it at 3 places: the Fest, Cache Haven, Madison, and High Point. That's it. So if you want to try this beer, you're going to have to give me your money. And that's okay. So this is a, as I was drinking my mango LaCroix, this is a mango wheat ale from Naked River, and it is the Mangolorian. So, hey man, they're hip with the kids, man. You know what I mean? They're hip. They're into it.
And we're like, the shout out to these beers we've got great Instagram post. This one, of course, so Mangolorian makes you think of one thing only, and that is the Mandalorian.
Okay.
The Mandalorian, the very popular Disney Plus Star Wars series, is beer somewhat inspired by that. So if you are a Star Wars fan, you should be very excited. So we've got what this beer's got: mango in it.
Actual real mango puree, so no weird extracts or anything like that. Actual fruit in there. Again, going to be a very light, refreshing option as we get through the beers. Should be a really nice change of pace as we're going through beers, getting that bright fruit in there. And this is not their only kind of pop culture themed beer. If you go check out their Instagram or their website, they've got a couple other really great beers and just fun stuff. I think sometimes with beer we start to get a little too serious and whatever. And man, they're just having fun, brewing good beers and making really fun and labels that you just kind of laugh at. You see that Moon Pie Stout label, it's like, oh shit, that's just it, because it just looks like it's the Moon Pie logo, and I don't know if they got the okay to do that, but it's still cool nonetheless. So
that's coming from Naked River, which is a brewery that I'm sure most Memphians have not tried unless they've traveled across the state. It's a brewery that does not have a full run here in Memphis. I mean, they're popping in, like you said, and they're going to. Which is kind of exciting, really. I wish we would see more of these breweries that say, like, I've got this Moon Pie one, here it comes. Mangalorean, we're going to have it at the festival and for a couple weeks after, maybe at the grocery store. So it's going to be hard to find at the grocery store. I know for sure, but you're guaranteed to get a can of it at Virtual Memphis Beer Fest. So that brings us to Highwire.
Yeah, our last one of Saturday, and this one, Kevin, as you know, this is probably what I'm most excited about. Wow. So just a little bit of background here. So Chris Morgan is one of their regional managers, and he worked here for A.S. Barbaro, who was the Miller Coors distributor at the time, and I worked with him. He was my first salesman that I ever worked with. I learned a lot about the business from him, and he went on, worked for a couple breweries, and now has made his way over to Highwire. And I knew when we were doing once we decided we were doing the second one, I knew I wanted to call Highwire. I knew they would have something fun for the fest, because if they're always coming out. I mean, they brewed. We talked to Emily earlier on on Hopper Mechanics, like 100 something beers last year. So it's like, okay, they got something. And Chris is like, yeah, let me give me a minute. Let me I'll call you back. Okay. Calls me back like 30 minutes later. He's like, all right, listen. So called the brewery, and how does something that's only at the brewery and not even available in Tennessee sound?
That sounds great to me.
Yeah. Cool. Like, what is that? He's like, well, there's just one thing. He's like, it's a 750, which for those, it's a 750 milliliter bottle. That's my hand. It's a 25.4 ounces of liquid. It's like, yeah, Chris. Yeah, I'm down. So here's going to be the fun thing too about this. I can't guarantee which beer you're going to get, because they're actually sending 2 beers. So half of the bags are going to have one, half of the bags are going to have the other. I want to keep this one. I want to keep this one a little close to the best. So I will tell you the style. I'll let you know what the style is, and then you'll find out what it is when you get your beer. I guess when we do the unboxing, I guess you'll be able to see what the options are. But both of them are part of their Sour Saison series. So it's going to be a Sour Saison in a 750 milliliter bottle. So we said you were going to get 8 beers on Saturday, and you're getting math. You're going to get basically 17 more ounces than we said you would. It's like you're getting a whole pint extra. That's pretty exciting.
Yeah. I mean, if you're pretty good. You're getting, it's something, maybe we should promote it as how many ounces of beer that you're actually
I gotta change it to that. Cause I really, and a big thanks to Chris and Highwire for coming through. That was, I was hoping for like, hey, we're getting ready to release this in Memphis. We'll send a couple extra cases. I would have been happy with that, honestly, with like one of their cool, sours in a can or stout in a can, whatever. I would honestly would have been happy with that. Chris went above and beyond and pulled something awesome out. And like the brewery asked, like, are you like, is this like a big deal? And Chris was like, yeah, it's a big deal. We need to get it to him. So shout out to our friends over at Highwire. That is just awesome for y'all. So
it's awesome. Highwire beer. The first time I remembered having it and enjoying it was at a beer festival. And so they're a perfect beer fest. That's why breweries, I'm excited to have them here. And like with them and with Naked River coming in and with their Mangalorean, like they're bringing some like exciting different things to us here by becoming the first non-Memphis breweries at a Virtual Memphis Beer Fest. So
excited. Yeah, bring in the heat, man. Bring in the heat. Love it.
So that wraps up what it is for Saturday. Quick recap on it, Taylor. So what Memphis made mystery beer. Crosstown Crosstown is going to do a hazy IPA, meddlesome. It's a what is it called? This style?
She Devil. It's a Belgian Golden.
Belgian Golden. And then Wiseacre, this is like you want to combine a couple. We had a rye beer at the first festival. Was it a rye porter, right?
Mm-hmm. It was a rye porter, which is a very traditional way to, like a rye porter. That's a fairly traditional style. But yeah, a hazy rye imperial IPA, not traditional at all.
Yeah, it's not usually the words that all go together. That's coming from Wiseacre, the Mangalorean from Naked River, and Hampline's Natch Lager. And then Highwire, we just mentioned with the Sour Saison, and it's 901 somewhere from Bosco's and Bill Street Brewing Company coming together for that beer that we all helped name. So that brings us to VIP, which is the night before, which is 2 weeks from tonight. We will be recovering for that and hydrating at this time in 2 weeks. And that there's 2 breweries that will be a part of it. Both of them are the newest breweries from Eagle Distributing. Eagle Distributing, our sponsor for the VIP Happy Hour. And Eagle has the 2 newest breweries that they have brought to Memphis. Taylor, you want to tell folks about both of them?
Yeah, man. So first off, thanks to Eagle Distributing. You guys, great partners of ours. And when we were talking with them with the second beer fest and, hey, what we think about doing, this was a few months back. They're like, oh yeah, we got something for you. I was like, oh, okay. I guess let me know when you can let me know. And I couldn't be happier with it. So Trim Tab, which just launched in the Memphis market, we've had their beers about a little over a month, about a month and a half so far. And y'all are absolutely loving them. Clearly, I can tell with how much I've had to order. They've been at the Cooper Young Beer Fest for, I don't know, the past 3 or 4 years, I would say, and always a big fan, crowd favorite there at the Cooper Young Beer Fest. So I was happy to get them in Memphis, and they were happy to be a part of this fest. And so we are going to be getting 2 beers from Trim Tab because it was honestly, I was just going to do one, and then I could not just pick one because the options they gave me were so good that it's like, okay, we're just going to do 2 and call it a day. So, Kevin, when I think Trim Tab, I think 2 things, and that's IPAs and sours. That is what they absolutely knock out of the park. So we got 2 brand new beers from them. I believe these will eventually be available in the city, but you're gonna
right there. Let's look at this one first. We're looking at this one first. The sour.
You're gonna try them at the beer fest first. So from their Trim Tab Beach Club series, which is going to be their sour series. So if you've had Summer Getaway or Angry Totem from them, this is the next in line. This is Volcano Bowl. It is a tiki cocktail inspired sour, tangerine, guava, cherry, and almond, which I'm really intrigued to see how that fits in. And the ones I've tried so far are all amazing. They're all really delicious. And so this is a brand new one from them, going to be hitting for the fest.
That looks awesome. So that's one of the 2. So you said IPAs and sours is what
IPAs and sours, brother.
And so that sour, that volcano bowl looks awesome.
I'll say this now. I think that's very much, and I know it's on the VIP night, but I think that's an early contender for best can design.
Best can design,
definitely, and could be best beer overall. I think this one has a really, really strong chance at taking home some awards.
Yeah, so you get those VIP tickets so you can experience that one and this one as we're looking at Trim Tab's IPA that will be offering a double IPA.
Yeah, so this is part of the Light Visions collection. So this is one of their IPA series that they do. This is Secret Worlds, double dry hopped, Imperial IPA, Strata, Galaxy, Azaka hops, 3. Really, really popular hops here in the past couple of years, all in this beer. And again, if you've had Trident or Grand Prismatic, that's part of the Light Visions collection as well. All just super delicious IPAs. And what I really like is each of these IPAs that we have are all unique. They're all different. Yes, it's all the same style, but it's all different versions of it, and it shows what these brewers are able to take a style, manipulate it into a really unique way. So
we got double IPA, American IPA, hazy, the hazy ride that we've talked about, and the hazy. So yeah, so there's all with a couple different IPAs in the lineup, all of them all very different, and one coming from what you say, and I trust you on this, coming from one of the best IPA makers.
I like to think
in the United States. Trim Tap just coming to Memphis from Alabama, brought here courtesy of Eagle Distributing. Also, in the next week or so, we'll be seeing another new brewery from them.
Brother, I'm hearing Monday.
Could be by Monday. This other brewery will be landing here. And that one is Deschutes. You've seen it. We've shared the logo. There's no secret that we were going to have it. And because Deschutes is coming to Memphis, this is their big welcome to Memphis party at the Virtual Memphis Beer Fest. And I'm excited about this one too, for a lot of reasons, but also because of it's the title that goes along with it.
Man, you want to talk. I have a lot of feelings about Deschutes, and they're all really good feelings. When a couple months ago, I was like, I promise I'm going to have a beer at the fest that it's a brewery that's not even available in Memphis. And I weirdly went up to myself, and just the whole brewery came to Memphis. So I pat on the back, right? So Deschutes out of Oregon, they're one of those just classic craft beer brands. I think that if you want to call yourself a craft beer town, Deschutes is one of those you have to have. And what better beer to have from them than the beer that helped to put them on the map, the beer that I think everybody knows from them, and that is their Black Butte Porter. This is one of the original, when I think of like craft beers that help build, the base of the pyramid for us in craft beer, this is one of them. An absolutely delicious porter. I think it's going to go. We're gonna we're gonna hit something dark to start Friday night. Clean it up with an IPA. Finish it off with a sour. And our friends at Deschutes know how to make really delicious beer, and they've been making this beer for so long. I mean, they could do it with their eyes closed. So Black Butte Porter and Deschutes coming to Memphis. I think that's the biggest thing. Deschutes is coming to Memphis, and I believe it's going to be here. I believe it's going to be in my stores on Monday. They have a variety pack coming, variety 12-pack can. If you really want to try what Deschutes has, I think that's a great one to pick up and try their stuff. Or you can just wait until the beer fest and try the porter then.
As I scroll down on here on the screen, it's America's favorite craft porter, and
it says it right there. And
if you're tuning in, you can be like, I'll be the judge of that. I'll be the judge of that on March the 12th.
And then it'll just be Memphis's favorite craft porter.
It could very well
be. Could be.
So that's the lineup here. Virtual Memphis Beer Fest 2 kicks off at 2 weeks from today with the VIP. So the VIP has Deschutes. We'll start it off with the porter, America's favorite porter. And then we'll have 2 trim taps following that, including that Volcano Bowl, which looks like like you said, a possible favorite for many categories.
Definitely.
At the festival. And there's your entire brewery lineup. That is what is being served. So that's everything that's everything. So when we talk to y'all next, we'll have an unboxing coming up very soon to get your actual bag. Because again, if you've never been to the festival, Taylor, just can you do the quick 30 seconds? This is how this works, because it's still confusing to some people.
Sure. It's real simple. You're gonna go on your computer and you're gonna buy a ticket, and you're gonna pick a time. Well, we're gonna have times, and you're gonna you'll pick your time. You're gonna come. You can come to High Point or Cash Saver. You're gonna give me your name. I'm gonna look on a list, and I'm gonna hand you a bag. And in that bag is gonna be a bunch of beer. And if you're a VIP, you're gonna get some snacks. Was that 30
so? Yeah,
I feel like that was probably 30 seconds. Real simple, real simple. You'll see. Well, I'll be there. Garrett and I will be there. Kevin will probably stop by for a minute too. Real simple. You just come in and we'll get you your bag. Everything is in there. You don't have to do anything. You'll check out all online, so you don't have to worry about paying for anything. Or it's really, as far as not having to touch things, you literally just have to run into the store and just give me your name and I'll hand you a bag, and that's it. That's all it's going to take.
And so then if you're a VIP Friday night, you'll hang out from 5:30 to 7. We'll email the link out and we'll be on YouTube. Virtual Magic Show and more entertainment to be announced for Friday night as we enjoy those beverages. Saturday, every half hour, we'll have another beer.
Yeah, and
open and sample. You can do it at your own pace. If you can't participate live on the 13th, you can buy a ticket and just get the link and enjoy the festival on your own. It is better live because you can't interact in the chat. You can't interact. Ask your questions to the brewers, but there are many different ways you can experience this by yourself, or people in your bubble, or people outside spread out socially distanced with it on a television.
And I will say, hey, tickets going fast. We got tickets being sold in Little Rock. So we got folks driving in from Little Rock to pick up this bag. So yeah, make sure to grab your ticket. Come hang out with us. I can guarantee one segment is going to be a lot of fun. I know, because I know for sure. I can guarantee that we're going to have a good time with that. But it's going to be a really fun Saturday, man. We're just going to be all hanging out together safely.
Toasting with Fraser Boy to start with. It's not on someone. We're all going to try that beer for the
Oscar
first time.
winner.
Like, nobody's had that beer. Nobody's had. Academy Award winner Fraser Boy. Yes, I apologize, Fraser. If you want a discount on the tickets, so you can join the Memphis Beer Club at patreon.com/Cerrito. So we have a beer club we just started up, and the other night, if you're watching, anybody from the beer club tuning in,
what's up, Nick?
This was new information to them. We told them all of this the other night.
Yeah, you got to hear it first, and you got to hear some of our thoughts on it. You got to ask questions, and it's just a place to socialize and hang out, really, and for us that love beer, want to talk about beer, to hang out and chat about it, or chat about whatever the hell else we got going on. So there's a really great beer community in Memphis. I know there is, because I see how much beer that we sell, and for right now, a lot of us don't feel comfortable going out. I haven't really gone out very much, and it's a way for us to be able to get together and still continue educating ourselves about beer and learning and sharing those experiences. So, hey, come join the beer club. Come hang out with me. You can ask me any question. I'll answer it pretty honestly, and we can continue this journey of craft beer in Memphis.
Yeah, the Memphis beer community, the place to be. To buy your beer, of course, is a Cash Saver on Madison Avenue, and but the place for the conversation right now, it felt like we were just hanging out at a bar the other night.
It really did.
With people who, and I missed that so much. So if you want beer club meetings are all on Zoom, face-to-face interaction with both me, Taylor, and other folks from the beer community. So join today. If you join, not only do you get to be a part of our monthly hangout meetings, but also you get either 10 to 30% discount on tickets, depending on what tier you sign up for. So you can't beat that. Virtual Memphis Beer Fest.com. Before we get, so that is where you need to go to buy your tickets. We will have an unboxing of the bag a few days before the fest, so you need to look out for that. If you don't already follow Memphis Beer Fest on social media and Memphis Beer Guy on social media, Taylor, you're back on Twitter.
I'm back on Twitter. I haven't tweeted a lot, but I am on Twitter, so we'll see. Try my best to not get myself in trouble with the tweeters.
It's Memphis Beer Guy _, or
that's on Instagram, because I changed my name once and I forgot the password. It happens, but it's just at Memphis Beer Guy on Twitter, at Memphis Beer Guy _, whatever. You don't have to type the underscore. It'll pop up. It'll pop up on your search before that. It's okay. And then I guess I'd like to, Kevin, can I tease a little something?
Sure. Yeah. Tease. Yeah.
I'll have a kind of a fun announcement sometime during the beer fest. I don't know when. We'll pick a time for me to do it, but it's we talk about our social media handles a lot. I'm gonna have a new one to announce at the beer fest for you to follow. So Stay tuned.
All right. So something a special announcement coming at the beer. I like this as we write out the schedule of events. It's getting packed, man. We're gonna have some fun, interactive stuff.
Yeah,
figuring
man.
out that mystery beer, yelling at each other about ponchos, cheese.
I can yell louder, Kevin.
Clyde back, like Clyde's big return for a beer fest.
Watch Clyde's like internet go out. I will die. I will die if that happens.
There's gonna be that stuff is fun. And that's why you need to follow us on social media right now, because we are continuing to announce those things slowly but surely at Memphis Beer Fest on Instagram too. So get your tickets now. But before we get out of here, you wanted to tell folks why Guinness was. The Guinness, you're trying to tell me that Guinness is in fact a light beer. I'm drinking it. I can't figure that part of this mystery out.
All right, so Kevin, when in today's world, when someone says a light beer, what do you think? Like what does the phrase light beer mean to you?
That you can see through it.
Okay.
A lot of times. Okay.
So a lot of people think, light, we're only referring to the color of the beer. I would challenge you and say that a light beer, it's in the name, maybe you've heard of it, it's called Bud Light. Bud Light is a light beer. So we're talking about light as far as maybe some other ways, not just color. So I've got some pretty fun facts for you, Kevin. And
no PowerPoint this time.
No PowerPoint this time. This is hey, this is just from the heart. This is Taylor talking about hey, being healthy, being smart, making good choices, right, when we drink beer. So this is on a per pint basis, which it's weird. Guinness on their can, it's per 12 ounces, their nutrition facts. It's actually a 14.9 ounce can. Whatever. We're gonna go per pint. Per pint. A Bud Light has 146 calories and 8.8 carbs. Okay. A Guinness has 166 calories and 10 carbs. Only 20 more calories and only 1.2 more carbs. Okay. This beer right here that you're like, oh, this has got a lot of calories. No, in fact, there's not a lot. They do not use hardly any sugar in making this beer. It's got a very low alcohol. This is actually the same amount of alcohol as a Bud Light. It's 4.2%. And alcohol, the higher the alcohol, the more the calories you're going to have, because you have more fermentable sugars and so on and so forth. And as I mentioned earlier, a Coca-Cola, 16-ounce Coca-Cola, 200 calories, 52 grams of carbs, because it has a ton of sugar, which this beer does not have. Also, Kevin, this beer contains quite a high amount of folate, also known as vitamin B9. It's a nutrient required to make DNA, RNA, and helps to metabolize amino acids. That sounds healthy. I mean, that's a vitamin. That's important. Also, this has unmalted barley instead of malted barley, and unmalted barley contains a decent amount of fiber. So you're also going to get your fiber. And also referring with the ABV, higher ABVs. So alcohol hurts metabolism. So that is why, as far as recovery goes from working out, whatever it is, alcohol can help hurt that. Can hurt that. This, because of lower alcohol, is not going to affect your inner workings of your body as much. So I would say, listen, if you're looking to drink a beer but you're trying to be healthy, just grab a Guinness. It's good for you.
So but still, so you're saying don't judge a book by its cover, don't judge a beer by its appearance.
No, and
it's light in its impact, but definitely not in the way it looks.
No, and honestly though, I mean, if you hold it up to the light, I can see right through this. This thing is a nice reddish color. The reason people feel like this, it's like it's big stout. So it is infused with nitrogen. So that was like when you heard me open the can, it made that like. So it's nice. So the nitrogen bubbles are a lot smaller than CO2 bubbles. So the mouthfeel of it feels a lot smoother and a lot creamier. So it seems like it's a thicker, heavier beer, when actuality, it's not at all.
No, we're there. That's our
enigma, Kevin.
Things like this and much more at Virtual Memphis Beer Fest.
Oh yeah, bro. We're gonna be talking about all the beers, man, all the things, man, beers and stuff.
There are the details. Hashtag VMBF2 electric Brugaloo.
Yeah.
Not part of the hashtag.
Nah, it's too long for a
really,
hashtag.
With Mangalorean involved here, boy shorts 33 and a third. it is like we have the coming attractions at the Malco.
Very much so. Very much so. Hey, shout out to our friends at Malco, by the way. Glad you're still doing things. I gotta go do the Malco Select thing. Just to go play video games. I don't even care about watching a movie. I just want to like go play Mario Kart on a however big screen that is. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Big Malco. Big thanks to Malco supporting what we do throughout the pandemic. They're sponsoring prizes tomorrow night along with Cash Saver. Cash Saver buying the winner tomorrow night. Trivia Talks night number 2. Chris Harrington from the Daily Memphian, Chelsea Chandler from Local 24, and Chef Tam from Chef Tam's Underground Cafe will all be speaking tomorrow night. We'll have trivia questions tied into it, and the winning team will get a $100 gift card to their favorite local restaurant, courtesy of Cash Saver and High Point Grocery. That's awesome what you are doing. Not only you donated water the other day, but I know it's important for Cash Saver to get back to the community in these times, including like what we're doing with the Virtual Memphis Beer Fest. A portion of the proceeds are going to go to the Memphis Food Industry Emergency Workers Assistance.
Yeah, I
say that. That's what's.
Well, I think a lot. It's like, oh, you want a grocery store, so you don't like. Yeah, I mean, I want people to shop at my grocery store, and I do think it's, is it more affordable? Sure, whatever, but I like going to restaurants. Those are my friends. Like I worked on the supplier side and dealt with them. I go to their bar and I support them. I want to make sure that they're still open when everything opens back up. And so whatever we can do on our end, we're the ones who've been open. I've been busy. I've stayed open. And so whatever little thing that I can do to help them keep going and to help them survive, that is what I am. That is what I need to do as a Memphian, as a person who enjoys going to restaurants and bars and drinking delicious drinks. I got to do what I can. So super, I was happy that you asked me to do that, because I think that's just makes me feel good.
Yeah, so Trivia Talks tomorrow night is my next event, and if you decide to become a patron over there at patreon.com/Cerrito, not only there's the beer options, there's also the trivia and the bingo elements as well. We're back playing bingo every Thursday on Twitch at 8:30, which is totally free, so join me for that as well. We'll continue to talk Beer Fest on that. Taylor joins me for the after party, and we chat.
Hey man, you think we can get Tommy to join us again next week on bingo, man, for the after party? I just like Tommy's cool, dude.
Tommy, I mean, he's got. I know his fans would want him there.
I think it'd be cool, man. Invite Tommy again. He's just cool. Chad, if you don't know Tommy Jacks, man, he's just like, man, he's super cool. Like, you got to go check his stuff out, man. He's a good dude. 901 Wrestling, but he streams on Twitch. He's super fun. His Twitch streams are fun. He's just a cool guy, man. He's just a cool guy, man.
Pants and boots.
Pants and boots, boots and pants, man. Yeah, go check it out. I don't know. He'll explain it. I don't really know what it's all about, but he'll tell you all about it.
What that is, but I like it. It's
yeah, I'm a fan of it. I don't even care what it is.
It's a good song. Tommy Jacks also a streamer on Twitch. Yeah, maybe we'll have to. He was invited last night. He was busy. He couldn't come.
Oh man. Hey, he's busy. He's an important man.
His fans were there. He was keep making them want more. Right. I don't.
Understandable.
That's just, Virtual Memphis Beer Fest. Can't wait. 2 weeks from tonight. We're going to be doing it. It's here. This is here. This is the reveal. This is the lineup. We'll be posting it on social media here over the weekend. So enjoy your weekend. Come hang out with me tomorrow night for Trivia Talks. CerritoEntertainment.com for those tickets. Any other final thoughts on this lineup, Taylor? I think you have the pressure for the sequel.
You do. And I think that while I am biased, I do think this is a really great lineup. And I think this is a lineup that people are going to be very happy with. You're going to have some really great experiences, and you're going to get to try some stuff that no one else has. And that right there, I think, makes it totally worth it. And hang out with us. Who knows? Honestly, who knows what's going to happen? I don't know. It's Kevin was drunk last time.
It's not true.
And so who knows? You were no, you were. Yeah. Can we we gotta like figure that out. We'll do a thing because I got to. We'll let you go. I'll stay on, and then we'll figure it out. It'll be fine.
It's like announcing a pay-per-view.
Yeah. How do those guys do that? We'll talk about that later.
That's why they switch announce teams now, so nobody pees their pants.
That's got to be. That's the only where that makes sense. I like that.
All right, that's it for our preview, y'all. I hope you're as excited as we are for Virtual Memphis Beer Fest too. Taylor, always fun hanging out, having a beer with you. I still got a little bit more of this light beer, this Guinness Light. Why don't they call it Guinness Light if it's a light beer?
I don't know. It's dumb. They should.